Hi, I'm Rick and Rick Turns, and for today's project I'm going to be making this small weed pot. This is made from a piece of Angelique, which I got from a local woodcraft store, tropical exotic of some sort, and I put some inserts of maple right into the top for a little added decoration. My daughter is going to a baby shower in a few weeks, and she wanted a small gift to give to the hostess. Well, a little weed pot like this, perfect for a hostess gift. And so that's what it is. I'd never turned Angelique before, and I must say, having done it now, I don't think I'll ever use it again. This wood kind of stinks when you turn it, as in it smells pretty strong. All right, let's get started.
For this project, I'm going to be using a piece of Angelique. It's 2 inches on the side, and I'm cutting it to be 6 inches long. Now I've got my saw set up to make a 1/8 inch kerf cut directly across the center of the piece on the end.
Here's my first slot. Looks like it's around 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. And now I want to do the same thing here. Since the fence is already set for center point, I don't really have to change anything. And cut. And so there we have it, the 2 cuts straight across. I need to cut a 1/8 of an inch strip of wood off of this, but I need to cut it to go in these slots here. Right. Now let's see. That is just a little bit too thick. So, here we go again. I think we could see as it was going through, that is definitely not the right size. Too thin, too thin. But it sure fits in there nice. This one fits pretty well. And I'm just going to cut it right down the center to give me several strips there I can work with.
Here's the piece that I just cut, and here's the other pieces that I just cut. I'm going to glue these into these slots. This is going to be my turning blade. And because I don't have a great fit there, I am going to use epoxy. Now mix that epoxy together, and before I put it in, I'm going to drop in just a sprinkle of red aniline dye. Because if it shows at all, I'd like to show an outline of red right around that wood. I don't think it's going to even show against the Angelique wood. So, 5-minute epoxy. I'm going to put it on in a hurry. I'm going to go for the slot here first. I'll be putting in the long piece. Right in there. And now, epoxy in these 2 slots. I think you can imagine once I start turning this into a weed pot of some sort, we're going to have a nice white cross right up on the top. At least that's the theory. The epoxy has set up, and I'm going to mount this between centers and rough it down to round. And cut a tenon for mounting in the chuck. I've mounted the blank in the chuck, and now I'm going to make a parting cut to delineate the bottom of the piece. And now I'm going to start shaping the piece. I've got a 3/8 inch bit in here, and I've got the drill turned down to, the lathe turned down to 800 RPM. So, I'm going to go ahead and drill at least an inch hole in there. Don't want to drill too deep without pulling it out. You can see the shavings build up behind the bit, and they can jam a Forstner bit in there really good. And I'm cutting it kind of deep, and the reason is that I'm going to dish out the top right there somewhat. All right, hole is done. Now I'm going to just cut a little inner slope on there. Kind of like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a cone center on in here to hold it a little bit better, prevent vibration while I finish up. I'm going to put a burn mark right there where the bottom of the wedges are. And I've got my burning tool here. Okay, remember how I said Angelique doesn't smell really very good when you cut it? Well, it smells even worse when you burn it. I'm telling you.
And it's time to sand. Okay. I'm going to turn off the cameras. Be back in a few minutes. Sanding is all done, starting at 150 and going down to 1000. So I am going to put a friction polish on here, and then I'll cut it off. Ah, good. Yeah, it's got a nice deep shine to it. Excellent. All right. And part it off. Well, the last step, of course, is just to put some flowers in. I've got a bunch of fabric and plastic flowers from the craft store here. I will just take these and generally just clip off a short length, longer than I think is necessary first, so that I can trim them to go down in there a little bit. I think I'm going to use these pink ones over here. Got 4 little pieces of pink, some kind of, I don't know, roses I think. And put them down in there as far as they'll go. There we have it. A weed pot suitable for a hostess gift or any other kind of small gift. So if you make one of these, hope you have fun with it. See you next video.